Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. Again, I am your host, Keisha Lancelin. In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about thyroid eye disease. I'm here with two very special guests. Let me introduce you to Gail Devers and Hannah Corbin. Thank you both for being on the show. It's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's such a treat.
I got to say, this is a very interesting topic because thyroid eye disease is one of those things that nobody knows that you have it. Nobody knows. Often, it seems like that you've even been diagnosed. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Autoimmune conditions
Yes.
are so fickle, to say the least, but you know, we both have different thyroid conditions, both autoimmune conditions. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is an underactive thyroid. Gail was diagnosed with Graves' disease, right. Overactive, and also thyroid eye disease. And through that, you know, we're trying to build awareness of other people who have thyroid conditions like us who might be at risk for TED, thyroid eye disease, which is a separate but related autoimmune condition that requires separate care.
And you know what? It's so interesting because I've heard often that there can be some misdiagnosis. So, Gail, could you tell people what to expect, perhaps, or what they should be looking out for?
Yeah, well, you know, like Hannah was saying, she has Hashimoto's, which is underactive. I have Graves' disease, which is overactive. And for 30 years, I've been living with Graves' disease and my TED symptoms. And those eye symptoms were dry eyes, red eyes, bulging eyes. They were dry to the point that when I slept, they didn't close all the way. And the problem was, like you talked about earlier, people missing it. No doctor ever told me that these eye symptoms were separate from my Graves' disease, and they have to be treated by a separate TED specialist, like an oculoplastic surgeon or a neuro-ophthalmologist. So we're trying to just empower people to take your health into your hands, be your own best advocate. And if you notice changes, you know, if you have Graves' disease, you've been living with it for a long time like me, or you have a thyroid condition, know that you're at risk. Up to 40% of those people could develop this. And then women are 5 times more likely than men to develop thyroid eye disease. And I call them TED. And if somebody's coming to visit you, you want to be ready for that person. And that means knowing the signs and symptoms, knowing how to go and find a TED specialist in your area so that you can get your life back on track sooner than later.
I've got to say, the other thing that struck me, you know, just when I was reading up on this, both of you being so athletic, both of you being athletes, both of you, you know, having busy lifestyles. So often, those are the people that sometimes miss things because, you know, you're running and gunning, you're so healthy, everybody looks at you, you know, Hannah, you're the picture of health. So tell me a little bit about your diagnosis.
You nailed it with your perception of it, because that's been our reality. It's often hard to get a diagnosis and you have to continue to advocate for yourself. So many people know me from Peloton, but they didn't know how much I was struggling behind the scenes, how much the exhaustion took over. About 5 years ago, my health was just flipped upside down and I couldn't stay awake for more than about 4 hours without needing a nap like a newborn baby. It felt like a heavy curtain was being pulled over my eyes. And I was searching for answers, saw many doctors without finding answers, being constantly told that my exhaustion was probably just because my job was physically demanding. So I had to continue to repeat, you're telling me that I'm fine, but I am telling you that I am not. And finally, after telling that to anyone and everyone who would listen or sometimes wouldn't, I was able to find the right care team, get the diagnosis of Hashimoto's disease, and find the care that I needed.
What I'm hearing from both of you is self-advocacy. I think that as women, often we don't always self-advocate. We take care of the family, we take care of the children, we take care of everyone else, but when it's our turn, we just, you know, we put on our big girl shoes and we struggle through it. So can we close out with telling the next woman how important it is to really look at yourself, look at your body, and advocate for your health?
I think we want to give our loved ones the best of us, not what's left of us. So, self-care, it's not selfish. It's making sure that you can be there for your loved ones and, most importantly for yourself. So it's continuing to treat your body like it belongs to someone you love, so that in our case, or anyone with an autoimmune condition, that you're able to shift your perspective from, in my case, autoimmune to auto-amazing. So you can start focusing on not just what your body can't do, because we know that list like the back of our hand, but we want to start focusing on everything that it can do.
And like you said, Keisha, we so often take care of everyone else, but we have to understand that if you're taking care of everyone else and you're not taking care of yourself, then you're not good to anyone else. So sometimes we downplay the things that we're going through, or we put them off, and we're telling you that it's not too late. Pay attention to your eyes, and if you feel something, there is something. Get yourself a TED specialist. And what we're passing on today, I'll use my reference of relay. We're passing a baton. In this baton is knowledge, and the goal is to get to the finish line. And so there's a website.
You got to visit if you want to find risk, signs, and symptoms of TED or thyroid eye disease, or to find a TED specialist near you.
Ladies, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your, how you go about living your lives. It's inspirational because all of us have something, right? And we don't always know how to tackle it head on like you are. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it. We want to tell people to find a community, like you're saying. Find people who share like minds, and they can help you, lift you up until you can help yourself. So thank you again for passing on that information and the awareness.
Absolutely. All right, guys, you have everything that you need. Please take the opportunity to go to the website, learn a little bit more, because perhaps you've been having some symptoms and you don't even know where to turn. This might be the answer to what you've been asking. So take the opportunity to go to the website, learn more, and stay tuned for more Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back.